Prime Minister Keir Starmer led an emergency defence summit of European leaders this weekend after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy's confrontation with US President Donald Trump. Sir Keir warned Europe it is time to act, with the continent at a crossroads in history, as he called for a coalition of the willing to defend a peace settlement in Ukraine. So, what's going on, and what could happen next? On Friday, Zelenskyy and Trump came face-to-face in the White House Oval Office in what became an unprecedented public clash broadcast around the world. Trump accused his Ukrainian counterpart of gambling with World War III, and Zelenskyy was criticised by Trump and his Vice President J.D. Vance of not being thankful enough for US military aid after he questioned some of their claims. The spat saw outcry across NATO as Europe rallied to Ukraine's side, while Trump's backers insisted the president was standing up for the US's national interests. Starmer, who pulled off a successful visit to the US leader prior to Zelenskyy's meeting, has positioned himself and Britain as a bridge between Europe and the United States. He spoke to Presidents Trump and Zelenskyy following the row and reiterated the UK's unwavering support for Ukraine and the path to a lasting peace agreement. What happened at the Defence Summit? On Saturday, Starmer welcomed Zelenskyy to Downing Street, where the two leaders hugged outside Number 10 as pro-Ukrainian demonstrators cheered his arrival. Chancellor Rachel Reeves and her Ukrainian counterpart also agreed to a £2.2 billion loan agreement to support Kiev's military and the costs of rebuilding after the war. Then, on Sunday, Starmer held crunch talks on the Ukraine war at London's Lancaster House, with leaders including Zelenskyy, French President Emmanuel Macron, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte, and Ursula von der Leyen, the President of the European Commission. The UK Prime Minister told the BBC's Laura Kuenssberg that his driving purpose was to bridge the divide, and said there was now agreement that Britain and France would work with Ukraine on a plan to stop the fighting, and then discuss that plan with the US. At a press conference after the talks, Starmer unveiled a four-step plan and announced a further £1.6 billion finance deal, which will allow Ukraine to buy more than 5,000 missiles. He said the plan entailed keeping military aid flowing and increasing economic pressure on Russia, as well as making sure a lasting peace ensures Ukraine's sovereignty and security, and for Ukraine to be at the table for negotiations. Starmer also said Europe must keep boosting Ukraine's own defensive capabilities to deter any future invasion, and develop a coalition of the willing to defend a deal in Ukraine and to guarantee the peace. He stressed that the UK is prepared to back this with boots on the ground and planes in the air, but said this would have to be together with others and that Europe must do the heavy lifting. And von der Leyen said the European Union must urgently rearm and help Ukraine turn into a steel porcupine that proves indigestible for future invaders like Russia. What could happen next? After the summit, Zelenskyy met with King Charles at Sandringham in Norfolk. The King will also meet Trudeau today, in the wake of Trump's claim he could make the nation the 51st US state. Starmer will address MPs in the House of Commons later today and said European leaders will meet again very soon. He added, "This is not a moment for more talk, it's time to act." But Starmer also indicated he would continue to work with the US, saying that he does not accept that the country is an unreliable ally. The PM and the Defence Secretary are also meeting with small businesses today as they aim to boost SME access to UK defence investment. What do you think of Starmer's Defence Summit with Europe? Let us know your thoughts in the comments and follow City AM for more on this story and others.